Mary DeBono here. I have a Feldenkrais video lesson for you that can help improve the movement and comfort of your shoulders, your neck, and your hips. You know how so many people have rounded shoulders, stiffness in their neck, maybe stiff or sore hips? Well, this little lesson can go a long way in helping relieve those problems and giving you more graceful, efficient, and healthier posture and movement. So go ahead and find a space on the floor to lie down, either a carpeted area or grab an exercise mat, and also grab 2 or 3 bath towels that you can put under your head, because for this lesson you'll be lying on your side. Okay? So grab all that and let's begin. Just go into this position where your head is fully supported, your legs are bent with your feet on top of each other, your knees on top of each other, kind of like you were sitting in a chair. Okay? So your knees are bent at about a 90-degree angle. And your arms are just long in front of you, with the palms resting about on top of each other. If that feels like a strain, modify it so that it works for you. Okay? So just notice how you're lying there, how you can make this position comfortable for you. Super important. And now when you're ready, just, you're lying on your right side, so take your left arm and just gently reach forward. And then come back. And notice as you do that, what parts of you move. Is it just your arm? Or do you feel other parts of you? Your spine, your ribs, your clavicles. Can you feel your shoulder blade? So just notice what parts of you move as you slide your hand forward and then back to your starting position. So go ahead and do that a few times. I'll wait up for you. Good. Okay, now we're going to take your arm backwards. So it's important to keep the arm straight. So it means your elbow will be straight and your arm will slide backwards. So do that a few times. And at this point of the lesson, we're going to keep the knees more or less together. Okay? So not a lot of movement between the knees. There'll be some, but not a lot. Slide the hand backwards. That's it. So go ahead and do that a few times. Remember to breathe. That's it. And now pause with your hands one on top of the other. And take your left hand, your left arm, and bring it up towards the ceiling. Do that a few times, very gently. Take it up towards the ceiling, and then back behind you, but only as far as it goes comfortably. And return to the starting position slowly and gently. We never do anything that causes discomfort. That's it. So allow your eyes, your head, everything to turn and look at your hand. Now some of you might go all the way to the floor. Only do that if it feels really easy. It's not important, how far you go is not important. It's the quality of your movement and the quality of your attention. And as you're taking your hand back, what happens in your knees? Are you feeling that your knees want to come apart? So only go as far as you can when you can keep the knees together. So try that a few times if it's easy and comfortable for you. Allow the head to move. Look at the hand behind you. That's it. Maybe one more time. Just really lazily take the hand back. And And then slowly bring it back to your starting position. And now a few times take your hand forward and then back. And see if that got a little easier. Did taking your arm backwards like this improve your ability to slide your hand forward and then back? Maybe you feel more of yourself participating now. Maybe you feel more movement in your sternum, in your ribs, in your spine, your clavicles. But just notice that. And just do some easy, lazy movements of sliding your arm forward and back. Making sure to breathe as you do it. Just very gentle. That's it. Come back to your starting place. And now, take your left knee a little bit forward. So you see you're going to just bring it a little forward, but keep your feet together. So that's key. So the knee comes forward, which really means, it's coming from your hip, right? And your knee is sliding forward. You can keep your hands one on top of the other. Your knee is sliding forward. So do that a few times. Again, very gently. And notice what parts of you initiate, or what part of you initiates that movement. Where does that movement begin in you? That's it. Come back to the beginning position. Now take your hip backwards. That's it. Do that a few times. And now can you keep the hands together as you take your hip, your knee, everything backwards? And again, it's important to keep the feet together for this. That'll create more movement in other parts of you. So take it back, then return to the neutral, the starting position. Now take your knee forward and then back. So alternate between going forward, going back. And we're always trying to do the easiest, most comfortable, and efficient movement. So recognize that the quality of your movements. Make sure you can breathe easily as you do this. And you can pay attention to what's helping and what's interfering. That's it. Now come back to the starting position. You could rest for a moment perhaps. It's important to rest because it allows you time to kind of download the information and also gives your attention a little bit of a rest. So now when you're ready, slide both your hand and your knee forward. And then return to the starting position. So you're going to slide them forward and return to the starting position. Good. Now take them both backwards. So your arm and your hip will go backwards and return to the starting position. The arm and hip go backwards and return to the starting position. Now let's combine those two. So slide the arm and hip forward and then back. So notice that if you kept going, you just roll right onto your back. You feel that? And if you kept taking the arm and the knee forward, you could roll onto your stomach. So go back and forth like that. Right? You're just moving as kind of like one piece. Allow your head to turn. Make it easy and light, comfortable. Okay, now pause in the beginning position again. And now, take your hand forward, but your knee or your hip backwards. So try that. Just make it light and easy. The hand goes forward, the hip goes back, and then you return to the starting position. Now feel how you have to move more in your waist area to do that. You feel that? Allow your head to move, allow your chest to soften, right? And if you're finding it difficult, do less. Do a lot less. Just think it through first, and then just kind of play with it. Just explore it. Maybe you can imagine it first. Okay? The arm goes forward. The hip goes back. And now let's do the opposite. So take your arm backwards and your knee forward, right? Now what gets tricky here is a lot of people will immediately separate their feet when it gets difficult. So remember to keep your feet together as well. So the arm goes back, the knee goes forward. That's it. And of course you're returning to neutral after every time. That's it. Now let's keep going with that. We'll take the arm forward and the knee back, and now do the reverse. The arm goes back, the knee goes forward. The arm goes forward, the knee goes back. The arm goes back, the knee goes forward. So play with that a little bit, okay? So just go ahead. Don't watch, just play with it and feel how you can do it easily. Right? This isn't about imitating, it's really important. So notice what has to happen in the area of your waist. Feel how your spine can move freely. Think about your collarbones or clavicles softening, your sternum, your ribs, your spine, all these places helping to do this movement. It's kind of a complicated movement. It's not something you probably do that often, right? So just do it light and easy. We'll try it a few more times. Make sure you're breathing comfortably. Good, good, good. Okay, when you're ready, come back to your starting position or your neutral position. Notice how you feel lying here. Maybe you got a little more comfortable. Maybe your neck feels freer. And now just do the movement of taking the arm forward and back. And notice what that feels like now. Do you feel more parts of you participating? Is it easier? Is it much more about the middle of your body, the chest and the waist area and the spine, all those pieces there, more in the central part, helping rather than just the arm itself? So go forward and back a few times. Notice if it's easier to keep your feet together. That's it. And then again, come back to the starting position. Notice your comfort and the way you're breathing. And then you might want to get up at this point and do some reaching with your arm, the left arm that we were doing, and then roll over to your other side and repeat this, just obviously using your right arm and leg. Thank you for joining me in that Feldenkrais video lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on the other free videos that I'll be sending your way. And remember, we help humans, dogs, cats, and horses, so stay tuned. Thanks again for joining me. Look forward to seeing you at the next one. Bye for now.